The following is an orientation to the Canyon's Teacher Effectiveness Support System, or CTESS, for educator specialists. CTESS has been approved and authorized by the Utah State Board of Education as a valid and reliable tool for evaluating educators in Canyon School District. CTESS is founded upon the Utah Effective Teaching Standards and the CSD MTSS framework. The framework aligns with all state standards. The law requires that all provisional, probationary, and career educators be evaluated yearly. Educators must be evaluated with a reliable and valid evaluation instrument consistent with the Utah Effective Teaching Standards. And administrators must address the needs of educators whose performance is not effective or minimally effective. Newly hired licensed employees are provisional with the district for 3 years. A district employee who accepts another position that is substantially different from the position in which career status was achieved, for example, a teacher who accepts a position as a teacher specialist, is returned to provisional status in the new position for 3 years. A mentor will be assigned to all provisional educators. Provisional and probationary educators will be evaluated yearly. A performance quality rating will be assigned at the mid-year conference, with a summative overall rating being assigned in the spring. Career educator specialists will be evaluated using one of 3 years. Career 1 and Career 2 are growth years, with Career 3 being a summative year. CTESS is a comprehensive process designed to support professional growth and excellence of teachers. CTESS strives to improve student outcomes by helping teachers identify areas of strength and growth in the context of research-validated practices through meaningful feedback, team collaboration, professional learning, and ongoing coaching. The many purposes of CTESS include ensuring that every student receives high-quality instruction every day, developing and supporting effective and highly effective educators, developing a collaborative professional culture to facilitate student learning, recognizing and promoting the use of evidence-based instructional priorities, standards-based teaching and reporting, and professional behaviors, appraising educators according to their effectiveness, and providing a basis for decisions affecting employment. There are 6 educator specialist standards, all of which align with Canyon School District's MTSS framework. CTESS has 3 components based on state law. The performance quality rating, making up 70% of the final rating, includes the specialist impact plan, lines of evidence, the ethical conduct checklist, and supervisor knowledge. A student growth reflection, making up 20%, and the stakeholder input reflection, making up 10%. These 3 components combine into a summative overall rating. CTESS ratings are highly effective, indicating an educator who has excelled. An effective rating, indicating an educator whose performance has met the standard for effective teaching. Emerging effective, indicating a provisional educator whose performance is minimally effective. Minimally effective, indicating a career educator whose performance has not met the standard for successful teaching. And not effective, indicating an educator whose performance has not met the standard for successful teaching. If a provisional educator's performance quality rating or summative overall rating is not effective, the educator will receive supports, a memo of concern with identified assistance, and will be notified that employment with the district is in question. If the provisional educator's performance quality rating or summative overall rating is emerging effective, effective, or highly effective, the provisional educator advances to the next CTESS cycle. Once a provisional educator has successfully completed Provisional 3 requirements for 3 years, the educator attains career status and advances to Career 1 of the Career Educator Growth Cycle. Please note, the summative overall rating from Career 3 will be retained during Career 1 and Career 2. Career 1 and Career 2 are growth years requiring minimal work, the self-assessment and goal setting, and response to student growth. While on a plan of assistance, if the career educator's second performance quality rating is effective or highly effective, the educator is then advanced to Career 1, removed from probation with career status being reinstated. Please note, career educators who have been placed on probation for unsatisfactory performance and are again unsatisfactory within a 3-year period are subject to non-renewal or employment termination pursuant to state law and district policy. If after the second cycle, the educator's rating is still minimally effective or not effective, the educator then continues the plan of assistance and is placed on probation. If the educator's rating after the third round is still minimally effective or not effective, the educator's employment with the district is terminated. For your information, pursuant to Utah state law, career educators whose plan of assistance spans 2 contract years may not advance on an adopted salary schedule. Here is a review of the processes for CTESS and what is required for each component. The performance quality rating of CTESS consists of several requirements. First is a specialist impact plan, which correlates with goal setting and student growth. Each educator specialist completes an annual impact plan that includes self-assessment, professional growth, and a goal. The supervisor reviews the self-assessment and professional growth plan and may communicate with each educator about the growth plan in a conference or email. The performance quality rating includes lines of evidence, the ethical conduct checklist, as well as supervisor knowledge. These lines of evidence include the adult learning feedback form, the management checklist, stakeholder survey data, and documentation of professional learning opportunities. Career Educator Specialists in Career 3 and all Provisional Educator Specialists will receive a performance quality rating based on the lines of evidence, ethical conduct checklist, and supervisor knowledge. Feedback to Provisional 1 educators is due December 15th. The performance quality rating for Provisional 2 and 3 educators is due February 15th. The performance quality rating for Provisional 1 educators is due March 30th, and the performance quality rating for Career 3 educators is also due March 30th. The performance quality rating is then calculated based upon the effectiveness rating for each standard using the rating decision rubric. The student growth component of CTESS consists of a reflection on student growth. The educator specialist student growth reflection may become part of the self-assessment and goal setting for the next year. The stakeholder input component of CTESS consists of a reflection on stakeholder input. Stakeholders will be surveyed. Educator specialists will reflect on and respond to stakeholder input, and responses will receive an effectiveness rating. The information from the performance quality rating, stakeholder input, and student growth are then used to determine a summative overall rating. At the end of your conference for the summative overall rating, you will review your professional growth plan to determine if goals are met, and then determine your summative overall rating. Your supervisor will then submit your assigned summative overall rating to Human Resources by May 30th. Following the end of your conference, a copy of the summative overall rating will be placed in your personnel file. If desired, you may submit a written response to any or all parts of the evaluation and have that response attached to your evaluation. You have 15 days after receiving the evaluation results to request a review of the evaluation process. The complete CTESS manual for educator specialists, which contains all benchmark criteria, can be found on CSD Docs or by contacting your supervisor. If you have any questions regarding this presentation, please feel free to contact your supervisor or Sandra Dahl-Houlihan in Human Resources.